According to tech CEOs such as Mark Zuckerberg and Satya Nadella, the metaverse is the future of the internet. Perhaps it's a video game. Or is it a more painful, worse form of Zoom? It's difficult to say. Welcome to Tech Heaven, and in this video we'll take a look at what Metaverse is and everything you need to know about it. To some extent, discussing what the Metaverse means is analogous to discussing what the internet meant in the 1970s. The foundations of a new mode of communication were being laid, but no one knew what the finished product would look like. So while it was accurate at the time that the internet was on its way, not every expectation of what it would look like was correct. On the other side, there is a lot of marketing gimmickry tied up in the concept of the metaverse. Facebook in particular is in an unusually vulnerable position as a result of Apple's decision to limit ad tracking, which has hurt the company's financial line. It's impossible to separate Facebook's vision of a future in which everyone has a digital wardrobe to browse from the fact that Facebook intends to earn money selling virtual garments. So with all that in mind, seriously, what does metaverse mean? Here's an experiment to help you understand how ambiguous and convoluted the word the metaverse may be. In a statement, mentally replace the words the metaverse with cyberspace. 90% of the time, the meaning will not vary significantly. This is due to the fact that the term does not refer to a single sort of technology, but rather to a broad shift in how we engage with technology. And it's certainly possible that the phrase itself may become obsolete as the technology it previously defined becomes more widespread. Virtual reality, defined by persistent virtual environments that continue to exist even when you're not playing, and augmented reality, which mixes features of the digital and physical worlds, are two technologies that make up the metaverse. It does not, however, necessitate that those areas be accessed solely through VR or AR. A metaversal virtual environment similar to parts of Fortnite that can be accessed via PCs, game consoles, and even phones could exist. It also refers to a digital economy in which users can manufacture, purchase, and sell things. And in more idealistic metaverse ideas, it's interoperable, allowing you to transport virtual objects like clothes or cars from one platform to another. In the real world, you can go to the mall and buy a t-shirt to wear to the movies. Most platforms currently feature virtual identities, avatars, and inventories that are bound to only one platform. But a metaverse may allow you to construct a persona that you can take everywhere as easily as copying your profile image from one social network to another. It's tough to understand what all of this implies, because when you hear descriptions like those above, it's natural to wonder, wait, doesn't that already exist? For example, Environment of Warcraft is a permanent virtual world where people can purchase and sell goods. Fortnite offers virtual experiences like concerts and an exhibit where Rick Sanchez may learn about Martin Luther King Jr. You may put on an Oculus headset and enter your own virtual home. Is that what the metaverse really means? Just a new kind of video game? In a nutshell, yes and no. To argue Fortnite is the metaverse is like saying Google is the internet. Even if you could hypothetically spend a significant amount of time in Fortnite socializing, purchasing items, learning, and playing games, this does not necessarily imply that it contains the entirety of the metaverse. On the other side, just as Google creates pieces of the internet from physical data centers to security layers, Epic Games, the creators of Fortnite, are building sections of the metaverse. It's hardly the only company doing so. Some of that work will be done by tech behemoths such as Microsoft and Facebook, the latter of which just rebranded to Meta to reflect this work, though we're still not acclimated to the word. Many more businesses, including Nvidia, Unity, Roblox, and even Snap, are developing the infrastructure that might become the metaverse. Most debates of what the metaverse entails begin to stagnate at this point. We have a hazy picture of what objects exist in what we might term the metaverse, and we know which corporations are investing in the concept, but we still don't know what it is. Sorry Meta, I'm still not getting it, but I believe it will contain fake residences where you may bring all your buddies to hang there. Microsoft appears to believe that virtual conference rooms may be used to teach new hires or converse with faraway co-workers. The suggestions for these futuristic concepts range from optimistic to pure fanfiction. During Meta's presentation on the metaverse, the company depicted a scenario in which a young woman is sitting on her couch looking through Instagram when she comes across a video posted by a friend of a concert taking place halfway around the world. The film then shifts to the show, when the woman emerges as a hologram in the style of the Avengers. She can make eye contact with her physically present companion, they can both hear the concert, and they can both see floating writing hovering above the stage. This appears to be cool, but it isn't really advertising a genuine product, or even a potential future one. In reality, it gets us to the crux of the Metaverse Dilemma. By the way, if you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can enjoy our future videos while getting updated. What is the current state of the Metaverse? The dilemma of defining the Metaverse is that in order for it to be the future, the present must be defined away. MMOs, which are essentially entire virtual worlds, digital concerts, video conversations with individuals from all over the world, online avatars, and commerce platforms are already available. So in order to sell these items as a new view of the world, there must be something fresh about them. Spend enough time talking about the Metaverse, and someone will undoubtedly bring up fictitious scenarios like Snow Crash, the 1992 novel that created the term Metaverse, or Ready Player One, which describes a virtual reality world where everyone works, plays, and shops. When combined with the overall pop culture concepts of holograms and heads-up displays, basically everything Iron Man has utilized in his last 10 movies, these stories offer a creative reference point for what the Metaverse, which tech corporations could genuinely sell as something new, could look like. There are some new building blocks in place with the Metaverse, such as the ability to host hundreds of people in a single instance of a server, or motion tracking tools that can distinguish where a person is looking or where their hands are. These emerging technologies have the potential to be highly fascinating and futuristic. That kind of hype is as essential to the concept of the Metaverse as any other. It's no surprise, however, that proponents of NFTs, cryptographic tokens that can function as certificates of ownership of a digital property, are also embracing the concept of the Metaverse. Sure, NFTs are harmful for the environment, but if these tokens can be argued to be the digital key to your virtual mansion in the Roblox, then boom! You've just turned your pastime of buying memes into a critical piece of internet infrastructure for the future, perhaps increasing the worth of all that cryptocurrency you're hoarding. It's critical to remember all of this context because, while it's easy to compare today's proto-metaverse concepts to the early internet and believe things will improve and grow in a linear fashion, that's not a given. There's no guarantee that people will want to hang around without legs in a virtual office or play poker with DreamWorks CEO Mark Zuckerberg, let alone that VR and AR technology will ever become as ubiquitous as smartphones and computers are now. It's possible that any true metaverse would consist of nothing more than some great VR games and digital avatars and Zoom calls, but largely of what we now refer to as the internet. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Are you excited for the metaverse era? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.